Hey folks, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into the swirling vortex that is R.E.M's Losing My Religion. You know this song? Hell, even your grandma hums it while folding laundry, pretending it's about her bingo losses. But oh no, this isn't just some earworm from the 90s. It's a mandolin-fueled confessional that punched alternative rock into the mainstream like a caffeinated fist through a flannel shirt. Picture this. It's 1991. Grunge is bubbling under, and suddenly these Athens, Georgia weirdos drop a track that makes you feel like you're confessing your deepest crush in a dimly lit confessional booth. Except the priest is Michael Stipe, winking at you with those cryptic eyes. We're talking unrequited obsession, southern idioms twisted into pop gold, and enough cultural ripple waves to drown a hipster revival. Stick around, because by the end you'll be questioning your own sanity, or at least your playlist choices. What if this song wasn't about faith at all, but something way steamier? Hang on, we're just getting started. Let's rewind to the spark, the moment this beast was conceived. It's the late 80s, and R.E.M. is already college radio darlings, but they're itching to evolve. Enter Peter Buck, the guitarist who's basically the band's resident tinkerer. One day, he picks up a mandolin. Yeah, that plucky little string thing that looks like a guitar's folksy cousin, and starts noodling around his house. He's not some virtuoso, he's just messing with it while half watching TV, recording his fumblings on a cassette like Ahmad Scientist logging experiments. Fast forward a bit, he plays back the tape, and boom, there's this hypnotic riff staring back at him, all minor key melancholy and insistent twang. It's like the mandolin whispered, "Hey Pete, make me famous," and he obliged. Now bring in the rest of the crew, bassist Mike Mills, drummer Bill Berry, and the enigmatic frontman Michael Stipe. They hole up in the studio, swapping instruments like kids trading lunchbox snacks. Buck on mandolin, Mills handling bass and some keys, Berry keeping the beat understated. Stipe, ever the poet laureate of vagueness, pens the lyrics in about 10 minutes flat. But here's the juicy bit. It's not about actual religion. Nope. Losing my religion is straight-up southern slang for being at your wit's end. Like when your dog chews your favorite boots and you're one frayed nerve from flipping the table. Stipe channels this into a tale of obsessive, unrequited love. Imagine stalking your crush from afar, every glance a mini heart attack, every word a potential disaster. That's me in the corner, that's me in the spotlight. It's visceral, right? You can feel the sweat on your palms, the knot in your gut. What if that person notices? What if they don't? Cliffhanger City, baby. And get this obscure nugget. Stipe drew inspiration from an imaginary character, some poor sap pining so hard they're unraveling. He later said it was about romantic fixation, the kind that makes you stammer and hide. Pun alert. It's like losing your religion because you're worshipping at the altar of someone who doesn't even know your name. Ha! Talk about a holy mess. If R.E.M. were a religion, this would be their communion wafer, crunchy on the outside, existential on the inside. But wait, before we hit record, let's talk vibes. The band's in Bearsville Studios up in New York, woodsy and isolated like a rock and roll retreat. They're experimenting, no more jangly guitars dominating, instead strings swell in, courtesy of arranger Mark Bingham and a mini orchestra. It's lush, almost orchestral pop meets alternative edge. Mills lays down that bass line that's deceptively simple, but hooks you like a fish on a line. Berry's drums? Subtle, almost polite, letting the mandolin steal the show. And Stipe's vocals, raw, urgent, like he's whispering secrets in your ear while the world's on fire. They wrap it up quick, no endless takes. It's organic, flawed in the best way. Oh, and a what-if aside. Imagine if Buck had picked up a banjo instead. We'd have Losing My Bluegrass or something, and the 90s would be all twangy hoedowns. Thank the rock gods he didn't. We'd be square dancing our way through grunge. Now zoom out to the album, Out of Time, released in March 1991 on Warner Brothers. This thing was a game changer, R.E.M's 7th LP, but their first real stab at mainstream polish. After years on indie label IRS, they're with the big boys now, and it shows. The records are sonic buffet, mandolins, harpsichords, even guest spots like KRS-One on Radio Song and Kate Pearson from the B-52s on Shiny Happy People. But Losing My Religion is the lead single, dropped February 19th, and Who Boy, the release Shenanigans kick off. Warner pushes it hard, but radio's skeptical at first. A 5-minute track with no chorus hook? Mandolin instead of power chords? It's like serving kale at a burger joint. But MTV, the video kings of the era, latches on. Directed by Tarsum Singh in his debut, the clip's a surreal fever dream. Stipe dancing awkwardly in a barren room, angelic figures, Caravaggio-inspired lighting nods to Gabriel Garcia Marquez's magical realism. It's art house meets pop, with religious imagery that got it briefly scrutinized in some places, whispers of controversy, but nothing sticks. Ireland supposedly twitched at the Catholic vibes, but that's more myth than fact. No full ban, just pearl clutching. Trivia time. The video cost a cool $100,000, cheap by standards, but it won 6 MTV Video Music Awards, including Video of the Year. Beat out Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. Talk about foreshadowing the alt-rock explosion. And backmasking myths? Folks, let's debunk that right here. Some conspiracy nuts claim if you play it backward, you hear satanic whispers or whatever. Bull. I spun it reverse myself. Okay, digitally. I'm not that old school. And it's just garbled mandolin pluck sounding like a drunk elf mumbling. No hidden messages unless buy more R.E.M. albums counts. If there were, it'd probably be Steep saying, eat your veggies. Satire swipe. In a world of backward Beatles tracks summoning demons, R.E.M. just summons awkward crushes. How disappointingly wholesome. Release-wise, the album flies off shelves. Over 18 million copies worldwide, #1 in the US and UK. Grammy wins for Best Alternative Album, and Losing My Religion snags Best Pop Performance and Best Short-Form Music Video. But Shenanigans? The band skips touring initially, no live shows for Out of Time. They're reclusive, letting the music do the talking. Fans mail in thousands of mandolins or something? Nah, but promo was wild. Warner sent out mandolin pics as swag. Imagine opening your mailbox to a tiny pic screaming, "Play me, what if they toured?" Would grunge have happened? Probably, but with more mandolins in the mosh pits. Humor beat Out of Time? More like out of sync with the grunge wave, yet it's surfed right over it. R.E.M. roasting themselves. We're the band that's too weird for radio but too catchy to ignore. Absurd scenario. Picture Stipe in a flannel onesie, chain smoking while explaining the lyrics to a confused Kurt Cobain. It's not about God, man, it's about that girl who ghosted you. Alright, fast forward to the rise. This song catapults R.E.M. to mythic status, #4 on the Billboard Hot 100, their biggest hit ever. It infiltrates everywhere, movies, TV, even weddings where folks mishear it as a faith anthem. Controversies? Mild ones. Religious groups bristle thinking it's about atheism, but Stipe shuts that down. It's romantic expression, folks. No lawsuits, no riots, just cultural osmosis. It helps alternative rock cross over. Pre-Nirvana, it's the gateway drug to the 90s sound. Ripple effects? Bands like Radiohead cite it as influence. The mandolin pops up in indie folk revivals. Pop culture nods, parodied on The Simpsons, covered by everyone from Gregorian monks to Tori Amos. Heck, it's in rock band games. Your kids are air mandolining to it. But the culture quake. It normalizes vulnerability in rock. Stipe's androgynous vibe, the band's activism, environmental, political, seeps in without preaching. Satirical jab. In a hair metal era of big hair and bigger egos, R.E.M. drops this introspective bomb. It's like bringing a poetry book to a kegger. What if hair bands covered it? Poison doing Losing My Aquanet, now that's a nightmare. Obscure trivia. The song's video drew from Indian cinema influences. Tarsem's Bollywood roots shine through in the dramatic poses. And backmasking debunked redux. If anything's hidden, it's Buck's grocery list. No devil, just milk, eggs, more strings. Now, legacy and lasting weirdness. Over 30 years later, Losing My Religion is R.E.M's signature. Streamed billions, memed into oblivion. It's outlived the band. They split in 2011, amicably, no drama. Legacy. It humanized obsession, made mandolins cool, and proved indie could conquer charts. Weirdness. Fans still argue the lyrics. Is it gay anthem? Stipe came out later, adding layers. Cultural ripples. Boosted Athens scene, inspired countless confessional songs. Trivia. Stipe wrote it watching TV like Buck. Channel surfing birthed a classic. What if absurdity? If R.E.M. never lost their religion, would we have auto-tune ballads instead? Nah, thanks Stipe for keeping it real. Self-roast. As a band from the South, they turned a Bible Belt phrase into global therapy. Pun. They've got us all mandolined to their tune. Whew, we've covered the chaos, from mandolin mishaps to mythic mandates. If this tale of unrequited riffage hooked you, smash that like button. Subscribe for more rock lore that'll make your inner historian high-five your comedian side. Share your own Losing My Religion stories below. Did it soundtrack your awkward teen crush? And hey, stream the song. R.E.M. deserves the royalties. Until next time, keep your religion intact, or don't. That's the spotlight for you. Bang.